Friday the 13th, just the mention of it sends shivers down the spines of many. But why is this seemingly ordinary date so feared? Why does it evoke a sense of unease? The answer lies buried in a complex tapestry of history, religion, and cultural beliefs. Some dismiss it as mere superstition, a silly notion with no basis in reality. Whether you scoff at the idea or find yourself nervously avoiding ladders and black cats, there is no denying the enduring power of this infamous date. At the heart of the Friday the 13th superstition lies the number 13, a number often viewed with suspicion in many Western cultures. The number 12 holds a prominent place in various traditions, representing completeness and order. In contrast, the number 13, coming right after the revered 12, is seen as an anomaly, a disruption of this established order. Many buildings skip the 13th floor, airlines often omit row 13, and some couples even avoid getting married on the 13th of the month. This fear of the number 13, known as triskaidekaphobia, is a testament to the deep-seated cultural aversion to this seemingly innocuous number. The roots of this aversion are difficult to pinpoint, but some theories suggest it might stem from ancient Babylonian numerology. The historical and religious tapestry is interwoven with threads that reinforce the negative connotations associated with Friday the 13th. One such thread leads us back to the Bible, where the Last Supper involved 13 attendees, Jesus and his 12 disciples, including Judas Iscariot, the betrayer. Friday itself carries its own burden of negative associations within Christian belief. It is believed to be the day Eve tempted Adam with the forbidden fruit, leading to their expulsion from the Garden of Eden. Adding to the historical intrigue, some point to the Code of Hammurabi, an ancient Babylonian legal text, which supposedly omits a 13th law. Whether rooted in biblical narratives or ancient legal codes, these historical associations have contributed to the enduring power of the Friday the 13th superstition. In the late 19th century, a group of bold individuals decided to confront the superstition head-on, challenging the widely held belief that Friday the 13th was an unlucky day. Led by Captain William Fowler, a distinguished Civil War veteran, they formed a unique dining club known as the 13 Club. Fowler, who had a penchant for defying superstitions, was the perfect leader for this audacious group. Their mission was clear and daring: to debunk the Friday the 13th superstition by tempting fate in every way imaginable. They sought to prove that the date held no real power over their fortunes. They held their elaborate dinners on the 13th of each month, ensuring that there were always exactly 13 members present at the table, no more, no less. They dined in room 13, walked under ladders, and even used 13 candles to illuminate their gatherings. Each act was a deliberate challenge to the superstitions they sought to debunk. The club's audacious defiance of superstition attracted considerable attention from the public and the media. Newspapers of the time often reported on their activities, adding to their notoriety. Several prominent figures, including 4 U.S. presidents, Chester A. Arthur, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, and Theodore Roosevelt, accepted honorary memberships, lending credibility and prestige to the club's mission. Despite their valiant efforts and the attention they garnered, the superstition surrounding Friday the 13th persisted, proving to be a stubborn foe that refused to be easily vanquished. From page to screen, Friday the 13th in literature and film. The enduring fascination with Friday the 13th has not been confined to hushed whispers and anxious glances. This date has permeated various forms of storytelling, capturing the imagination of audiences across generations. In 1907, American author Thomas W. Lawson released his novel Friday the 13th. This early literary work delved into the superstitions surrounding the date, weaving a tale that intrigued readers. The book, a tale of a ruthless stockbroker who manipulates the superstition for his own financial gain, became a bestseller. It highlighted how deeply ingrained these fears were, even in the financial world. However, It was the slasher film genre that truly cemented Friday the 13th status as a day of horror and dread. The genre's visceral storytelling brought the fear associated with the date to life in a new, terrifying way. The 1980 film Friday the 13th, directed by Sean S. Cunningham, introduced the world to Jason Voorhees, a masked killer. This character quickly became a symbol of the date's ominous reputation. The film's success spawned a franchise of sequels, spin-offs, and merchandise, turning Jason Voorhees into a horror icon. His menacing presence has been felt in countless films and media. The impact of the Friday the 13th franchise on popular culture is undeniable. From Halloween costumes to references in other media, its influence is widespread. The image of Jason Voorhees, hockey mask, covering his deformed face, machete in hand, has become synonymous with Friday the 13th. This character embodies the fear and superstition that the date evokes, making it a lasting symbol in horror culture. A date with disaster notable events that unfolded on Friday the 13th. Over the centuries, numerous events, both tragic and mundane, have occurred on Friday the 13th. One such event took place on Friday, October 13, 1307, when King Philip IV of France ordered the arrest of the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar, accused of heresy and idolatry, were rounded up, tortured into confessing, and burned at the stake. In more recent times, a series of unfortunate events have further cemented the date's association with disaster and misfortune. On September 13, 1940, during World War II, Buckingham Palace in London was bombed by the German Luftwaffe. These events have kept the Friday the 13th superstition alive, serving as grim reminders of the date's supposed potential for tragedy and misfortune. Beyond Western shores, global variations on unlucky dates. While Friday the 13th looms large in Western cultures, other parts of the world have their own variations on unlucky dates. These dates are deeply rooted in local traditions and beliefs, often reflecting historical events or linguistic quirks. In Spain and Greece, for instance, it is Tuesday the 13th that is considered a day of misfortune. This belief is so ingrained that many people avoid making important decisions or starting new ventures on this day. In Spanish tradition, a popular saying captures this sentiment: "On Marte, ni te cases ni te embarque." On Tuesday, neither get married nor embark on a journey. This saying reflects the deep-seated caution that surrounds this particular day. Italy has its own unique take on unlucky dates, which differs from both the Western and Spanish traditions. Friday the 17th is the day Italians approach with caution. This date is avoided for major events and decisions, much like Friday the 13th in other cultures. This superstition stems from the Roman numeral representation of 1716, which can be rearranged to form the word vixi, Latin for "I have lived." In ancient Rome, this phrase was often associated with death, adding to the date's ominous reputation. In several East Asian cultures, including China, Japan, and Korea, the number 4 is considered unlucky because its pronunciation is similar to the word for death. This belief influences many aspects of daily life, from building floor numbers to phone numbers. These examples highlight the cultural specificity of superstitions and demonstrate how different societies have developed unique ways of interpreting and fearing certain numbers and dates. Understanding these variations can offer a fascinating glimpse into the diverse ways humans perceive and react to the concept of luck and misfortune. The psychology of superstition. Why we cling to beliefs. Despite their irrational nature, superstitions like the fear of Friday the 13th persist. Psychologists suggest that superstitions offer a sense of control in a world often perceived as unpredictable and chaotic. By adhering to certain rituals or avoiding specific actions, individuals may feel empowered, believing they can influence outcomes and ward off misfortune. These rituals and avoidances, however arbitrary they may seem, provide a sense of order and predictability. Superstitions, despite their lack of logical basis, can provide psychological comfort, reduce anxiety, and offer a sense of control in an unpredictable world. Whether we embrace them or dismiss them, superstitions continue to fascinate, intrigue, and at times even govern our thoughts and actions.